when I look at social media and I see these kids going, or parents, it's mostly parents, by the way. We probably should talk about that. Parents, stop running your kids' social media accounts. Stop it. Stop it. More important to you than it is to your kid. I didn't do it for my own son, and I was coaching pro and in college. And I said, if this is important to you, make your own film. Watch your own games. I'll help you. I'll guide you. I'm not saying do it all on your own, but I'm saying just start working. Start working towards what you say is the most important thing in the world to you. Parents, stop doing it for your kids. You're doing them a disservice. Sorry, that was a sidetrack.
Wow. I've never heard that before, and I'm sure that's going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I agree with you. I agree with you on that one.
I'll get hate mail on that.
Exactly. I felt my stomach knot when you said it, but I was like, I definitely see his point there. And we might need to do a part 3 on just that topic on social media and parents running accounts.
It's become a big deal because I'm getting parents going, when should I start my kid's social media account? When should I do it? What platform should I do? I'm getting those questions now. This is all COVID, post-COVID phenomenon. This wasn't going on pre-COVID. People were stuck. People were trying to figure out, how do I get to college coaches? Great idea, social media. Great. But at some point, when 8,000 kids are following Anson Dorrance and they're all tagging Anson Dorrance, you think Anson Dorrance is really responding? Maybe. I don't know. I won't speak for him. I have no idea. All I know is I'm not that. I only have 7,000 followers, and the stuff I get tagged in doesn't get seen. And it's not because I don't want to see it. It just gets buried in my feed. It gets buried in my notifications. It's really hard to keep track of. If I were a big-time college coach, what would that feel like? What would that feel like? When literally 1,000 kids at an event are all emailing the coach at the same time, within a week of each other, at least, probably within 3 days of each other. What's today, Erica? Tuesday? I just got notification that schedules just went out for this Girls Academy event. Just went out, only for one game. They can't even tell the college coaches what second and third game they're going to be playing in yet. So how is a coach supposed to deal with this? I don't even know. I don't have an answer.
I definitely think we do need to do another episode on the social media noise, because that's another like 2 hours. And I do want to kind of segue that similar topic to my last question, and like when to get started with all this. So we've talked about showcases, ID camps, and video reels and highlight videos. When should soccer players be doing these 3 things?
Well, look, freshman year, if you're not interested in watching your own games, you are limiting your own development. So you should be recording and watching games 13, 14 years old. Go back, watch your performance. How else are you going to analyze and get better? Because what we see in our heads is very rarely what other people are seeing. How we view, because of our own perceptions and our own individual internal biases and our own voices that are going around in our own heads all of the time. The loudest voice you ever will hear in your life is the voice that's going on in your head 24/7. Many people don't even know that they're thinking, but that's what's going on, and it's affecting how you see. So going back and looking at the video is a really important piece of the puzzle. I hear player all the time, I'm exhausted, I'm working so hard. And me as a coach are going, yes, but you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're not being productive. There's a difference between hard work and productive work. So I think players should probably start around 13, 14 recording and watching. Does anybody really care what a 13-year-old looks like? No, not unless they're a Motri. But other than that, unless they're an international phenomenal standout, we're trying to see how late can we wait to know if this teenager is going to be able to compete with 21, 22-year-old women who have hit the weight room for 4 years, who have been paying attention to their bodies for 4 years, who have hundreds of more games of experience. And we're asking we're trying to make a judgment on a 15, 16-year-old to see if they can compete in that environment. Stop it. It's you and I know it's just not logical to say that I can accurately predict this at these young ages. So the answer is it depends. Depends on how good the player really is. If you're a Motri, you should be identified at 13, 14